Emma Lawson steps into the grand coastal hotel ballroom like a waltz through sunlight. Crystal chandeliers scatter prisms over ivory linen tables draped in gold-trimmed china. A string quartet's gentle melody floats above polite laughter and clinking flutes of champagne. All eyes turn to the mayor's daughter, 21 years old, poised as ever in her tailored ivory blazer, a single gold pin gleaming at her lapel. Her planner's leather cover is pristine, its pages untouched save for neatly penciled schedules. She greets dignitaries with a practiced smile, her chestnut hair coiled in a low chignon. Yet behind her calm facade, Emma's pulse hammers. Every word she utters echoes her father's expectations. Every sip of bubbly taste tests her composure. In the corner, volunteers hustle past with trays of canapés. Her mother, Celeste Lawson, offers approving nods. The applause when Emma is introduced as student council president swells, and she bows, grateful, terrified. As she gives her speech, Emma's gaze drifts to the floor-to-ceiling windows, where neon reflections from the arts district paint the marble terrace in sapphire and violet. A spark of yearning flickers. Is there more beyond these gilded walls? Beneath the surface of this golden world, a restless beat beckons, one she's never allowed herself to follow. With a final flourish, she closes her remarks. The crowd erupts. Emma's mask is flawless, but inside, her black-bound planner whispers of unwritten pages, a seed of rebellion trembling to break free. Emma glides through the gala's afterglow, clutching her planner like a lifeline, when a ripple of laughter draws her toward a terrace alcove. There stands Sophie Duval, petite, platinum bob shimmering under lantern light, leaning casually against a marble balustrade. She tucks a paint-smeared sketchbook beneath her arm, French-tinged voice drifting. You look so polished. Ever feel like shedding the armor? Intrigued despite herself, Emma accepts Sophie's coquettish grin and the slender cream envelope she offers. An exclusive gathering, Sophie teases, just beyond those cobblestones. Later, under a sliver of moon, Emma slips away from her ride-share, heart pounding. She follows Sophie through neon-tagged alleyways to a reclaimed brick warehouse, Sophie's loft, dripping with graffiti and whispered possibility. Inside, bold canvases crowd molten leather sofas. The air tastes of spiced elderflower cocktails, each sip a brushstroke of daring on Emma's tongue. Sophie unzips a garment bag, a slashed-back midnight blue slip dress, its fabric whispering rebellion. Emma hesitates, then lets the silk slide over her ivory blazer and skirt, revealing shoulders she's never shown. She studies her reflection in a fractured mirror, pulse quickening. In that fractured image, Emma glimpses someone new, someone who might just dance to her own rhythm. And for the first time, she wonders if the gilded cage was ever truly hers to keep. Emma slips from her roommate's study group text, stuck late in the library, and slips into the night air. A rideshare deposits her at a nondescript manhole door in a graffiti-streaked alley. Beneath her feet, a grated hatch vibrates to the rumble of distant bass. She descends concrete steps into a subterranean world. Walls plastered with neon posters and spray-painted slogans absorb the strobe lights dancing across the crowd. Industrial fans churn thick fog. Each gust carries the scent of sweat, smoke, and spiced elderflower. Sophie materializes beside her, bobbing to a tribal drum loop laced with glitchy synths. "Welcome to freedom," she shouts over the roar. Emma's pulse syncs with the beat as she navigates bodies in kinetic motion, arms raised, heads thrown back, eyes glazed with abandon. A laser grid carves prisms through mist. Shards of violet, teal, and magenta fracture on Emma's skin. She lets go of the planner in her purse, its leather cover bumping against her thigh. For a moment, she's weightless. A dancer hands her a cup of glittering cocktail, a molten amber elixir that warms her from the inside. Her gown, midnight blue silk, clings to her, cool against flushed skin. The music's heartbeat throbs in her chest. Every sense sharpens. Laughter bubbles up, loud and reckless. Yet beneath the euphoria, Emma feels a tremor of guilt. She imagines Olivia scanning hallways for her, her father's disapproval, the lecture of duty. But here, in this cathedral of sound and light, those voices fade. Each pulse of bass propels her further from her golden facade and deeper into a thrilling, dangerous world she's only begun to explore. A week after the rave, Emma slips through an ivy-clad archway atop a hidden rooftop courtyard. Edison bulbs hang like fireflies above minimalist sculptures cast in soft pools of light. A marble fountain murmurs beneath tendrils of jasmine. Sophie waits by a wrought iron bench, sketchbook in hand. "He'll be here," she murmurs, lips curved. Moments later, a tall figure emerges. Adrian Clarke, charcoal suit unbuttoned at the collar, silver-streaked hair gleaming. He offers Emma a bespoke gift box tied with a scarlet ribbon. Inside lies a delicate silver bracelet etched with abstract swirls. His voice is velvet. "For a new friend," he says, sliding it onto her wrist. Emma's pulse quickens at the weight of desire and danger. Adrian's eyes flick to her midnight blue dress, then back to her. "You carry rebellion beautifully." He produces a folded card, an invitation to his private studio, where unseen artworks await. The lamplight glints on the Cartier pen he tucks into his pocket. Sophie's smile is knowing. Emma's planner stays tucked in her purse tonight. Under the jasmine-scented air, she nods. In that moment, the golden world and the underground begin to blur. Emma accepts Adrian's arm, stepping toward the promise of art, temptation, and a choice that will bind her more tightly than any gilded cage. Emma May steps through the heavy steel door of Adrian's converted factory near the docks. The air is cool with distant ocean mist. Twin rows of half-board windows cast narrow beams across paint-spattered floors. Classical busts perch on plinths beside abstract sculptures, their forms mingling like whispered rumors. Adrian greets her under a single Edison bulb. His charcoal suit contrasts with the room's rough textures. He offers her a glass of amber liquid, aged scotch infused with bitters. "To art and audacity," he murmurs. Emma raises the glass, fingers brushing his, a spark of forbidden electricity. He leads her deeper into the studio where a canvas looms, shrouded by a velvet drape. With a gentle tug, he reveals a sprawling mural of fractured mirrors, reflections of her shifting self. "You inspired this," he says. Emma's breath catches as she steps closer, tracing the bold strokes that echo her midnight blue silk dress. His invitation to explore the rest of his collection hangs between them. Words melt into silence. Adrian's gaze drifts to her lips. Time distorts. Where of machinery dims, fountains of lamplight pool at their feet. When he closes the distance, Emma barely notices her heart pounding louder than the city outside. Hours later, she wakes on a low-back divan, dawn's pale light seeping through high windows. Her slip dress is crumpled, the silver bracelet presses cold against her wrist. No regret shadows her face, only a fierce certainty that nothing will ever feel as vivid as this moment of choice. Morning light filters through half-shuttered blinds as Emma scrolls through her phone. A string of messages from Adrian glows in scarlet. "Show me tonight." "No excuses. I saw you with Olivia." "Explain. Be at the warehouse at 9. Each ping tightens a knot in her chest. At breakfast, Celeste's warm smile edges into concern as she asks why Emma's eyes look sleepless. Emma forces a smile, tucks her planner beneath her arm, and murmurs an excuse about late meetings. In the student council car, she silences her phone, but tremors of guilt sting with each suppressed notification. That evening, Emma slips into her midnight blue dress again, its silk hugging her like a second skin. Adrian greets her at the studio door, gaze sharp as a blade. He guides her through shadowed aisles of unfinished sculptures, text messages pulsing silently in her purse. With each step, the room seems to shrink as his presence expands, a mercurial gravity she cannot resist. He brushes a strand of hair from her face. "You belong here," he whispers, possession laced with promise. Emma's heartbeat drums in her ears, loyalty to her old life fractures. The gallery's flickering tungsten lamps cast half of her face in light, half in darkness. When she emerges into the damp night, the city's neon veins stretch toward her, beckoning, warning. Her planner remains unopened in her bag. She walks home alone, every footstep echoing the question, is this freedom or another gilded chain? The sun streams through the university auditorium's stained-glass transom as Emma's heart hammers beneath her ceremonial gown. Today she accepts her scholarship award, crowds applaud, cameras flash, but each cheer feels distant. Celeste sits in the front row, eyes soft yet searching. When Anna, the dean, pronounces Emma's name, a bruised lace sleeve peeks beneath Emma's gown. Celeste's breath catches. After the applause, beneath the polished wood stage, Celeste pulls Emma aside. In hushed tones, she traces the faint purple shadow on Emma's arm. "Really, darling, what's happened?" Emma's throat tightens. She offers a practiced excuse about a tumble during rehearsals. Celeste's gaze remains steady, worry flickering in her silver-tinged eyes. Later, Olivia Chin waits outside the studio entrance, camera in hand. She trailed Emma from class after spotting her leave in the charcoal suit again. When Emma emerges, Olivia's eyes flash betrayal. "What are you doing here?" Olivia whispers, voice taut. Emma's pulse spikes. Guilt and defiance war in her chest. Olivia thrusts out her camera. Proof. The USB drive dangles from Olivia's slender fingers like a lifeline. "I can help you if you let me." Emma's planner is empty in her bag, secrets spilling onto cold pavement. Between her mother's concern and Olivia's plea, Emma stands at a crossroads. Protect her new life, or risk it all to reclaim the truth. Backstage in a Venetian-style campaign tent, Emma stands beneath harsh yellow lamps. Banners, bearing her father's smiling face, flutter in a humid breeze. Volunteers in navy blazers hustle past with clipboards. The teleprompter hums its mechanical cue. Her midnight blue dress hangs forgotten on a rack. Tonight she wears the ivory blazer and pencil skirt of expectation once more. Her phone buzzes relentlessly. A scarlet notification from Adrian, "You owe me tonight." Seconds later, an incoming call from Olivia's name flashes. "Meet me. I've got the truth." Emma's pulse staggers between obligation and dread. She slides her planner from her purse. Its pages are blank, but her decisions have written themselves there. Through the tent's gauzy flaps, she hears her father's booming voice welcoming the crowd. Celeste grips her elbow, concern etched in silver-tinged eyes. Emma lifts a trembling hand to silence her phone, but a third alert steals her breath. A leak of photos on Olivia's USB drive, set to go public in minutes. The microphone stand gleams under the spotlight as Emma steps forward. The roar of the crowd swells beyond the canvas walls. She pauses, shoulders squared, heart hammering. The world she built and the world she craves collide on that stage. She inhales the salty coastal air and exhales a single word to herself: choice. And then she walks into the light,